Some weak ass claps.
Yeah, don't need to like shout them out.
Yeah.
No, for the mic here. All right.
I know you're not at the Golds game, so you don't need to fucking yeah. Do you ever go to those sporting events? No.
I do want to go.
I know you don't. But
I do want to go to a Goals game. I don't know when the season is. I think we've talked about it. Train and I want to go. So I'm like, oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I guess it would be a fun excuse to go just watch a Goals game, drink, hang out a little bit. And then I mentioned it to my band too. Oh, I guess, hey, welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm Brian.
Oh, we're starting. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to cut that.
Yeah.
Cut this trash fucking
We're making it super
bullshit.
cash. We got Kyle over here. What up, dude? We just like kind of just
What's up? Tone Jerks podcast. Like we woke up and started casting.
We're just hanging out, dude. You're invited
like
into the convo, dear listener.
Yeah. Tell us in the comments
what is it?
What you want us to actually talk about.
What is it? I want to say amateur. What was it? Like it's not like NHL hockey, right? It's
Isn't it NHL?
No, goals aren't NHL.
Oh.
Fuck. What the hell is it called? But anyways, it's like we have a team here in San Diego. The Gulls, and then we have the Padres for baseball, and then I think we have a women's soccer team. That's all of the teams that we have in San Diego.
They're American Hockey League.
American Hockey League.
AHL.
Okay. So that's, not, the national,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it
you would think by that name, but
but we're talking about it on Off the Rails. Train wanted to go. I'm like, oh, let's do it. I think it'd be fun. And I'm not super into sports, but it's something going to a live sporting event. You're like, oh, this is fun. Mentioned my favorite stories of going to go see Padres versus Dodgers. A buddy of mine, he's like, oh, I got a ticket for you. Pretty good seats. And like somebody hits a long donger home run. And then I'm clapping. And I'm like, oh yeah. And he's like,
those are the Dodgers. Don't fuck.
Don't clap for him. I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, it was still cool. Somebody hit like a ball really far.
Yeah.
All right,
human achievement. God damn.
I'm a fucking asshole. Apparently, I'm just going to drink my beer and eat my fucking expensive pretzel, which is good, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time, by the way.
I was.
Yeah, I'm still having fun. Anyway, so we're talking about like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to go to Goals games because they're not super expensive. And I mentioned it to my band too. Like, oh, we should make it a band outing when that goes. I'm like, all right, I'm down to go. Make it fun time. Go down to a Goals game. Wind up, on Rosecrans. Oh, what's this bar? Oh, okay. Oh, there's.
Oh no. Yeah, I know that game. No, I don't know that game.
Yeah, certain bars over there that I'm like, oh, there's extracurricular activities going on. Just teasing, just joking. Anyways, Tone Jerks podcast. All right. We were just started off with a conversation there, but Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good?
Well, you probably guessed it already. I mean, I'm not
sorry,
wearing
audio listeners.
Oh yeah, audio. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, okay. So for the audio listeners, I got a haircut.
Oh, looking goddamn good.
Yeah, it's not styled. I literally took a shower right before we started. I didn't, obviously put any product in. It's late night.
Kyle didn't want to stink for you guys.
No.
Got that stank on him.
So yeah, I trimmed my beard too a little bit, thinned it into my, or whatever, blended it into my hair.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was just like a bummer that you got rid of the mullet. You were going for the mullet.
I was going, yeah. I chickened out. I chickened out last minute. Can't do it, man.
Yeah.
I looked at people that it's ironic thing to have is a mullet, and I just couldn't do it. I just don't think I think I'll look like a fucking fool.
Well, I don't think so. Because it's a popular hairstyle now.
On skinny guys, it looks good.
Okay.
On thick brick houses like me, dude.
I don't know. You should have tested it out. There's people with like bigger guys with long hair. Oh, nothing wrong with that. Big J.
I was chickened out. Oh yeah, that's
your favorite guy.
Fuck that guy.
But I think he's got
Poor Sport.
Yeah,
That should be his real name. Poor Sport. Big J. Okerson.
Big J. Oinkerson.
Is it Pig J?
Pig J. Oinkerson. he's 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 a funny guy, but
no, he's not.
I know you don't like
everything is crowd work.
Which is
not funny.
It's a thing to do that. It's tough to do that. Like, what to say?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
But
it's also tough to be funny too. Apparently.
Yeah. Yes, you buried him, dude. Anyways, but yeah, I was kind of bummed that you got rid of the mullet, and you were talking that up. I know you're doing. I
know.
No, isn't it your brother has one? Aren't you gonna be?
No, I don't think he has this.
He took
his is just lack of upkeep, like I had.
Oh, just long hair.
Just long hair. Yeah, he hasn't trimmed the sides down.
I thought you boys were gonna do fucking.
I know we were. He's not here right now, so it's like I didn't have anyone to, affirm my decision.
Yeah, you're like
to look like a fool.
Although you probably could have cut that like way at the start of summer to be like,
yeah,
a lot cooler situation you got going on.
Oh man, I told the guy, I think it's been like 6 months since I got a haircut. He's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like, holy shit. He took off so much hair.
Yeah,
there was like another head of hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the SS look.
Yeah.
It's the
yeah, short hair. Yeah. But yeah, you got it super short in the back. It's like anti-mullet is what you got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Looks good. Yeah. You were saying you're like, oh, you got to start training your hair now because if you're gonna style it, and I'm right there with you. You can see like my hair naturally. This is after I cleaned, shampooed it and whatever. This is my natural. It just wants to puff up. No, it doesn't want to you have to like
you have that millennial haircut.
Well, it's like it wants you like a broccoli head. It wants you to
get in play haircut just straight up.
Like it wants to just do its own thing. And to me, I'm like, you have to train it, and I don't think I have enough badges anymore to do that because I'm like my hair. I got to put so much pomade in to like get it combed over to look like a nice boy at work. I'm like, all right, do what go on. I combed you, stay that way. No, but like I've had my hair in a bunch of different ways. So used to do the the parted pomp look that it's clean. I like it. But then for a while I did the spikes, the anime Goku spikes. And
yeah, I gotta train mine like you said, and mine's like right now it's poking up right here. I've never had that problem before.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a freaking what I would do I would just stuff it under my hat, and my hat I never adjusted like the clicks.
Yeah,
I never adjusted the back of it, so it was just so hard to put my hat on. It was I had to like wedge it on, and then if I like move my hat, like if I laid down on the ground to do something at work, whatever, my hat would just pop off my head, and then my hair would be everywhere. I'm like, fuck. Not only does my hat drop into nasty water or whatever, grease,
and then I'm gonna put it back on my head.
Now I'm gonna put it back on my head, and also like, was my hair in that? Thank you hat.
Yeah.
So I put my hat on. I'm like, oh wow, my hat actually fits and wants to stay on my head. This is sick.
Yeah. For a while, I was like, essentially like once I got like, this last year I got a promotion at work, different job, and
bragger over here
from a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. I got one, and so like I got my hair cut for the the interview, and then once I got the job, like the first like week or so, I'm combing my hair every day. I'm like, do I have to dress up like this every day? And they're like, well, not really, just like clean professional work attire. I'm like, cool. So I'm just gonna stop doing everything. No more button ups, and I just fucking didn't do my hair every day. I was like, and then I got nothing but compliments. I'm like, yeah, your hair is looking great. I'm like, yeah, I just don't wash it even.
Yeah.
So what do? I'm like, do a couple combs and then just let it do its thing. They're like, that's awesome. Like it just like puffs up and just is all over the place, and it's long and greasy and shitty. And like primo. Like,
You're looking great.
Well, you have
son.
people just telling you like that,
Yeah.
reinforcing your bad decisions. I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep doing this. Nobody's saying like, hey, why don't you fucking cut your hair, you piece of shit, and take a shower, huh? Why don't you put some shampoo on that bad boy? I'm like, no.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, Beyonce said it was bad for your hair to wash it every day. I was like,
Yeah.
Yep, Beyonce, yep, I believe that.
Yeah, Logic Central over there.
Yeah, exactly. Queen Bee, yes.
Anyways, so haircut, yeah, good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I can't have anything in my hair though because I sweat.
Mm.
It just ends up in my fucking eyes, obviously.
Mhm.
You're like, why are my fucking eyes burning? I'm like, oh, that's right. I have fucking lay right. Some alcohol based,
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you can get some, lay right or whatever, but you're right. It's gonna, if you're sweating a bunch, you're out there working.
Doesn't
man.
work out. Yeah. Okay, so I think I talked last time I was gonna use a new DAW. So I downloaded it.
You had that problem.
I got forced to use it.
Forced my hand.
Yeah. So, $200 upgrade, I guess.
Oof.
And then you're hoping like, Jesus Christ, please don't drop Reason 13. I was reading like, when's that coming out? And
shut up,
Reason's
everybody.
like, Reason's like, I don't know when 13. So I got 12, right? I had 11 before,
Mm-hmm.
and people are like, they're Reason, whoever the CEO of Propeller Head or whatever is
Some forum,
the parent company.
Yeah.
Like, we've been, toying with the idea of not releasing 13 until whatever 2024. I'm like, that's not that far away, but when into 2024?
Yeah.
You're
looking at your watch like, oh shit.
Yeah. Like, fuck. I know it's only like 2.5 months away.
Yeah, we're almost to October here. I'm like, fuck. I got 3 months left.
2 months. Yeah, so I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
I guess it's 3 months almost. So I had to do the math in my head.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's there are rumors. Oh, well, they probably won't do another one because they'll just make it as a VST, which you can. It already exists if you buy the main program, the standalone. It'll also come as a VST3 plugin that you can drop on another DAW. I'm like, yeah, but that's my main DAW. I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, what? How does that work?
Mm-hmm.
So then you use the VST in another DAW with all the other instruments that are available, I guess is what you would.
Yeah.
Which would be weird. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I
guess I could look it up.
I'm a Pro Tools guy, so they do things a little different and more shitty. At Pro Tools.
More shitty than mine?
Yeah, because you can either do a monthly subscription to where, you can upgrade to whatever changes they do. It's like pay a monthly thing and you get it, Or you can buy a perpetual license where like, oh, I own, my Pro Tools license and I get the upgrades for a year.
Yeah.
Any upgrades that they do, you have it for a year. And I'm like, okay, that's what I have for this one, but it ended in 2021. So if I want to get the new upgrades, I need to buy a new perpetual license or update it. And every once in a while, which I'm going to keep an eye out for this holiday season, they'll do like a good, a decent special, maybe like $100, maybe $200 to get upgrade your perpetual license. Like, hey, you get keep your thing, you still keep Pro Tools, but you have a year of like updates. So I might do one of those to update to the newest one. But I don't think it'll run on my current operating system for MacBook or my MacBook. So I'd have to upgrade that, but I don't think that'll run so well on my current MacBook. So you know what? I'm just gonna shut up.
You should just make the move to Windows.
No. I use Windows at my work and I fucking hate it. I don't know how to do jack shit.
Well, you're dumb.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay to like both, all right, Mister. I like McDonald's. Well, I like Burger King. I gotta pick one of them.
Yeah.
It's okay to not like either one of them.
Well, I like
Okay.
like you and you.
Wait, that doesn't help me prove my point at all. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm gonna get
I don't know.
Yeah. Me, I'm a fucking cultured man. I like both. I like both Burger King and Mickey D's. Okay? So I'm, just risen, ascended.
Yeah.
Are we talking about computers anymore? No. You want to get a Big Mac?
Let's just pause this cast and we'll resume.
Get one of those long chicken sandwiches at Burger King.
Yeah, what is the deal with that?
They're good.
Are they? I'm sure they're just like dried ass fucking chicken.
I feel like I had one in the past couple of years, and I don't remember it. I just remember it being like long. I'm like, all right, this isn't like a Jack in the Box chicken sandwich, which are good. Those ones, the value menu ones, can't go wrong with those.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That value menu's gone now.
Well,
Chicken sandwiches at McDonald's used to be like $1, $1.29. They skipped all that, and now they're like $3.50.
Mm-hmm. I think they're still like $2 at Jack in the Box. And then you get
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Obama.
Soda. Thanks, Obama.
Obama. Soda.
Anyway, so I got reason 12.
That video they talk about on Matt and Shane. It makes no sense. It is Trump saying Obama, and then it's like Biden saying soda.
No,
I have no idea what the context is, but they say it all the time, and now it's just stuck in my head. I looked up the video, and I'm like, I don't get it still. I'm like, why did they say that? But anyways, good times.
Anyways, have reason 12. The reason why I had to upgrade is because I bought a plugin that would not work with my previous DAW.
Yeah, the old one.
So VST3 plugins would not work. So I have a bunch of other plugins now that actually do work, like free ones I got that I just downloaded, whatever. So they now work in Reason 12, which is cool. They work as like standalone. Before I had to work them through other like portal style.
Yeah.
Like the company would make a VST2, but it could run the VST3s so that it could play on older. So, it's like
your workflow is easier now.
Yeah, it seems to be working better. Because I got Easy Drummer 3, which, I mean, the new drum tones I have on there are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love them.
I guess listeners and viewers will have heard snippets of it. Kyle wrote a new song, and it's fucking badass.
Yeah, a little quick
yeah, put a little intro, outro to the pod with that. Pretty cool. And that was your kind of, not retro, but it's like...
It's literally called synthwave.
Synthwave drums, yeah.
Yeah.
And
all from Easy Drummer 3. Mm-hmm. It's that pack.
Yeah.
And then when I was going through, I saw them. Oh, these sound great. Blah, blah, blah. I'll just download them for Easy Drummer 2 because that's how other ones were. They're backwards. I thought they were backwards compatible, but I should have read the fucking thing. It said no. Yeah, these ones only work on Easy Drummer 3.
Like the pop punk one, you're like, oh, that totally works. Let's just add that on. Oh wait, it doesn't work for this new synthwave. Fuck.
Yeah. I guess because they redesigned it. Yeah, whatever it was. The new one would only work for the newer one. So, anyways,
but
sounds cool. I'm having fun with it.
All that to say, it's like, you spent money and time and wasted hours probably trying to figure out a workaround or whatever. God. And then once you got it going, you're like, all right, this sounds good. I like it. Let's.
I literally downloaded 12, launched it, and everything was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the plugins worked. I didn't have to go. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I guess I think they upgraded the way. I haven't even opened up the plugin tab because everything was there. It's crazy how everything worked. It loaded all my settings from my last one.
Yeah.
And everything has worked so far. I've not had to dive in and why isn't this one working or where's that one plugin? Everything that I've looked up so far has been there.
That's how they get you. Like, they want that moolah. But
Yeah.
you're on your ticket to Easy Street now with creating, and like, yeah, you're already using it, and it sounds great. The shit that you're doing. So I'm sure you're gonna get used to the plugin and like get used to using it. I do want to hear stuff that you make utilizing that and real instruments. So not to say like, okay, all right, calm down, everybody. Not to say that you're, the shit that you're writing MIDI and doing in the DAW isn't real, but like once you do like, yeah, gonna get me with a rubber band, man.
Yeah,
your rubber band gun there. This is gonna make a real like, it's gonna sting. But using guitars and stuff like that through the HX native app, and like, I want to hear how you add bass guitar to it, how you add different like guitar riffs or whatever.
Yeah, I think I might
the synth. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That is there a what's that dark glass? There's a plugin, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Dark glass plugin.
I think it's Neural DSP. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's what they went with?
Yeah. I think you can download a 7-day trial. But
I want to get the Ampeg suite because I think that's really probably what I'm gonna end up getting anyways. I have one Ampeg amp, right? And it does the job okay.
Yeah, the IK Multimedia Ampeg SVX, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
It was great back in 2009. It's still great. I highly recommend that one. I don't know what it costs. I bought it physical version, where the box is gigantic. It's the size of like a binder back in the day in 2009, 2008. And it was great then, still great now. But because I bought it then and I had I essentially bought the license or whatever, it does the updates and shit like that. Guitar rig or whatever the fuck it is. But I call it IK Multimedia. That Ampeg.
I have Guitar Rig 7.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if
I think you got to buy the Ampeg amps. Essentially, I think Guitar Rig, you got to buy all the amps.
Yeah, and I see here on line 6, there you can buy the SVT suite through line 6.
But no, you already have it in the fucking Helix. Don't do that.
Well, they have ones that people have made, but it's not the actual.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't get line 6. You could try. I would see if your ML Sound Labs Roots works with your plugin now, or works with your DAW now.
I think it might,
because they have a bass one. I wonder if that's any good.
Who's the manufacturer for that?
ML.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Yep, there you
Amped Roots. Yep, it works.
Okay, yeah. See if it works. Maybe do the trial for a bass amp. I think they have a SVT Classic and SVT3 version. Like I speak highly of them. The Oracle, Amped Oracle, which is an orange Rock Reverb 50. Great, sounds great. Got it for a good price. I'm sure there's always some sale going on with those guys. I would definitely keep that on your radar. Try it out.
Yeah, I'll look.
Do the trial because it's like 7 days. You get it. And the way they get around it so you don't use it for a recording to be like, hey, I just tried it out. I reamped everything and just fuck off. It'll pause every like 30 seconds or whatever.
That sucks.
Yeah, because you're trying it out. Is that going to fuck you up if you're trying to figure out a sound? No. But you can't run a track. They're like, hey, you're not getting a full 4-minute song out of this, and then you're screwing us over. We're going to screw you over. But yeah, no, they make good stuff. So, I mean, you have a lot of options as far as like bass tones, but I don't think the Helix stuff would be bad at all. You could probably just stick with what you have.
Yeah.
But buying shit is fun. So, I mean.
Yeah, the Helix Native, they do have a couple, they'll sell like SVT or whatever in there. I haven't really tried them, so maybe I should try those first too.
I'll use my my plugin or my preset. I got
oh yeah, it's all right. I mean, I can do better.
It's super popular. That's the most popular thing I've ever done. I have my guitar one, which has like 20 downloads, and then the bass one has like probably over 1,000. I'm like, what the fuck?
Nice.
Because I think guitar, they're like, yeah, your guitar sounds suck, dude. And the bass, I'm like, I don't know how to dial.
No one gives a shit about bass.
Why they like people like I don't know how to dial in a bass. Oh, this guy did it for me. Drop.
Yeah.
Like I had a buddy ask me about like, so how do you EQ bass?
Yeah.
The fuck? What the fuck kind of question is that? I'm like, okay, this is what I use, and I just kind of showed my pedal. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of scoop the mids, but not like super intense, you know. Like for me, I'm like, I want more low end. I like the low end because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that up because I want the mid section to be for guitar. And highs, I got a little bit of those, but I'm like, not super ice picky type shit. So, but when people's like, oh, like a guitarist, I'm like, oh, cool. So, I like my guitar sound. How do you know how to dial in a bass sound? I'm like, because I guess I play bass. But you and I guess, are opposite in that way, right? You're more of a mid.
Yeah, I like more mid.
Mm-hmm. Kind of the more bump and grind kind of sound.
Yeah.
It's Kyle style. Whereas me, I like more like the boom, boom, you know, that feel of like the low end, but also like, I guess I do get the higher end with my distortion because I was playing today, which we'll get into my what's new in a little bit. I was like, I like a lot of distortion on my bass. Oh, yeah. By itself, you're like, oh shit,
yeah,
Jesus
definitely.
Fucking Christ. But in the mix, you can't hear it as much. But yeah, I think we both like distortion. I think me a little bit more than you, but you are more of a mid kind of guy, like with your bass.
Yeah, I'm mid.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, me.
You're more mid.
Yeah, more of a mid. Mid. You're mid. All mids.
Mid basis.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's working great. I'll look into those things. That's pretty sweet. I totally forgot the ML Sound Labs was on here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was something I downloaded and it worked.
Yeah, it was
that's a perfect example of something that
didn't work. Yeah,
didn't work. So I stopped trying to get to work.
Like that was the amped roots from ML Sound Labs, so which is like the free version of Fluff's plugin.
Yeah,
I can't talk today. The Riffs Beard and Gear guy. I like that channel. I still actually watch him. But he has like a amp sim plugin that was like a free version that you can get, like just to kind of like almost promote, like, hey, I also sell plugins and cab packs too with ML Sound Labs. I mean, everybody, people are like, oh, okay, well, let's download it. Oh shit, that sounds good. Hopefully, people would buy shit from ML Sound Labs, which actually worked for me because I ended up buying like a bunch of IR packs. I only found out about them once he like, here's this free thing. I'm like, let's try it. That sounds cool. Let's try a couple of these cab packs. I'm like, oh my God. These are great. Anyways, so.
Well, like I even have, I'm looking through them while you're talking here. I have a whole synth setup that was like I think Will Lehue was like, hey, there's this open source synth.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get to work. I could only launch, and I never looked into it. If it was a VST3, it just was like, it doesn't work. I don't care.
Fuck off.
Thanks
for wasting my time,
dickhead. Fuck you, Will. No.
Wasting my time, wasting my life.
Wasting my time means you're wasting my money.
Time is money, baby.
Time, you didn't get that. Time is money. Yeah, like it's this surge.
Like you're an entrepreneur and you're doing shit. Like, no, you clocked out and now you're at home getting drunk playing Starfield.
Now I'm wasting time.
This is your wasted time. It's like you're playing Starfield and eating DiGiorno's.
Damn, that sounds good, actually.
Actually sounds pretty awesome. Still playing that game?
It's called Surge. Huh? Yeah, I'm still playing.
Right.
I had today off, and I did not play at all.
Oh.
I actually watched a lot of YouTube and just sat there and just went, oh.
Just watch Ted Lasso or whatever.
No.
I've never
Don't
seen that
even
show.
know what
no
that's
idea.
on.
Exactly. I love just saying that because a lot of people know what it is and they have strong opinions. And I even said this on Train's podcast because he hates that show. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, what do you just fucking watch Ted Lasso? And he's like, he's like boiling over. He's like, I'm ready to fucking sock in the mouth. I'm like, I have no idea what that is. But it's a popular show. So I'm part of popular culture here. This is what Tone Jerks is. We're popular
we're
culture.
Pop culture.
Pop culture. Pop-up video.
Yeah. All right. So, last thing, I guess, we had seen that like a local hardware store was doing like a promotion on like just stuff for your house. So like literally like mailbox or whatever. So Carrie's like, oh, let's go see, because ours looks like shit. Ours, like, it's always looked like shit since we moved in the house. It's like crooked. It looks like shit.
Is that
white.
one that's like out on the street, or is it on your house?
It's out on the street.
Oh shit.
So it's mailbox that's on the street. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like
our mailmen don't walk around here. They're pissed and they gotta take it to the fucking door. Like a package.
Yeah. Well,
It's like, son of a bitch.
I'm like, yeah, they all walk to the houses around here. Different. I mean, the houses are so close together here compared to probably elsewhere in the country.
We might have like 20 houses together, but then between them is like really far. But I guess you can still walk them. But it's also been hot.
But
everyone's got their. Go ahead.
A buddy of ours, Ivan, was working. I don't know if he still does. Working for the post office, and he was like, "Yeah, I just listen to podcasts or whatever all day, and just deliver mail." It's like you're walking all day. He's like, "It's great because it's like, oh, you could just like I've lost a lot of weight just by doing this job."
Yeah.
he's like, oh shit. It's like I don't have to. I just walk all day, and it's like, yeah, my guts are gone. He's like, that's good. He's like,
nice.
And I'm like, oh, that's. I'm all like,
You can walk also and not get paid for it too.
Yeah, but
is
it's also cool
nice
to
perk.
like get paid to just walk, and then after work you're like, oh shit, it's Miller time.
Yeah, glug.
And so all your poor decisions after work, you're like, oh shit, I'll just walk that off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you ready for some football? And then, anyways, yeah. So you got, the mailboxes to the road there, and I've seen some where people are like, my mailbox is infested with spiders, because I'm in those spider subreddits. I'm out there, I'm watching them.
They'll put a note on it.
Yeah, they're like, okay, just dump them on the fucking ground, because like this whole thing, like I could imagine if you're a mail guy and you're like, or lady, and then you open that thing up, it's like, what the hell is this, Halloween time? Like, this is Halloween, and you got just spiders crawling out of the damn thing. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, so mine has just been, it's old, it's falling apart. Like, I come out there and, like, the door's open because the guy, no spiders in mine, but, like, the door is down because the guy didn't want, like, you got to force it closed.
Yeah.
The dude just gave up.
Got to jiggle.
Like, he probably has everything else in his life.
Yeah. There was something in there. I like it.
Yeah. Dickhead. Well, I got my mail exposed. Someone could just drive by and just go, whoop, I guess they could do that anyways, but they could see what's in there without having to.
Oh, cool. Bills.
Yeah. Oh, the county mailer. Sweet.
Yeah.
I already got one of those. Yeah, so anyways, got a new mailbox for, whatever, 25% off, and then all the hardware to go with it. But then we couldn't find like a so we're already in this now. It's like, all right, we already bought this. We could just not have done this. You ever start a project where you're like, well, no turning back now. We already bought
I'm
most of the project.
Deep in it, yeah.
Yeah, and now you're like, none of the posts that were there looked nice enough, right? So, they were either just shitty, like, so some of them were in a box, right? And they just looked like shit, or they were metal, and we're like, okay, well, that's going to rust. So you can see everyone else is down the street that's like, they bought the metal post, and it's all bent, like it's like fucked up. Well, I don't want that. The pre-made ones that were, almost like a cross, right? Where they're like a post, and then like those ones that were at the store looked like shit. Mm-hmm. They were pressure treated, but they look like someone, like no offense, a blind dude put them together. you know,
Okay. Yeah.
or someone who just,
yeah,
you know what, someone who doesn't give a shit about their job. That's better.
There you go.
Because that's definitely what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just bad cuts. You know, crooked. Anyways, so we're like, all right, well, let's go to a place. Let's see if anyone else has one. So we go, you know, drive across the fucking county again, and then we find, you know, okay, same thing happened at Lowe's. So this other place we went to, Lowe's. We went to McCoy's, which is a local place here, and we went to Lowe's, and Lowe's had shitty, you know, ones too. So I fuck this. I'm not going to another hardware store. Let's just buy the piece of wood.
Yeah.
And I'll just cut it up and I'll make my own.
Yeah.
So, and that worked out. You know, it was like a 10-foot piece. They didn't have a saw to cut it. I had bought a handsaw because I had not the El Camino. I had the Vic, so I had to cut it to get inside the Vic. Because this is the only vehicle that has air conditioning besides Carrie's smaller vehicle.
Yeah.
So, anyways, had to buy a handsaw, cut it, put it in there. And then I did, you notch them. You notch 2 pieces of wood. You know, then they fit together. You screw them together. And we painted it black, put it out. So I'm not done yet. All I have to do is waiting for the paint to dry. And then it rained, so it's fine. I'll have to do another coat of paint after it dries a little bit, and then I'll be able to mount the mailbox. So took a good chunk of the day. Yeah, and it was
a good weekend project.
Yeah, it was just kind of like dug the hole the night before, just to check, if if finding rocks, finding clay, whatever, but it was perfectly fine.
Yeah,
and then set it and put concrete in and did all that shit. It looks beautiful. Yeah, painted black. Has a bronze mailbox. I'll post a picture of it when I'm done. You guys be super stoked on me. Yeah, Carrie and I did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But
group effort.
Yeah. That was basically it. The joys of owning a house where you're like, this mailbox is fine. That's here because it's just all it does is support the 4 ounces of mail that we get a day.
Yeah.
We could just leave it there. But let's start this project so we didn't really have to start.
You get packages, do they leave them on the curb or do they bring
it
them to
depends. Sometimes they stuff them in the mailbox.
Yeah.
Like pedals, they'll usually put them in.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, obviously, unless it's FedEx or UPS, and they usually throw it on the porch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But you just have it on the to the street there. Like just waiting for kids to come by with a baseball bat and just whack a couple dingers.
Oh, I was looking at the thing. I was like, man, this thing looks so good with it painted black and it's straight. Everything's like straight.
Yeah,
we sanded it down too.
Yeah, you did.
We're gonna put a cap light, I think, on top of it maybe.
Yeah.
So at night people can target that thing like a freaking infrared.
Some kids driving around in a fucking F-250 just fucking going,
get clapped out F-250, no muffler, straight pipe, whatever. Get it, Homer.
We got old man McIntyre over here. We're gonna fucking
oh, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna tell your parents.
He called
what tarnation?
He called the shit poo. Think of the burning bag dog shit trick.
Oh man. Yeah, there's a couple kids in this neighborhood. I bet they'd do it.
You're like, I
got
a beat on them.
Yeah. Anyway, so that is my what's new. What do you got?
All right, kind of a boring week for me, but it was, okay. So boring, but also I did things that I thought were interesting. You ever do like, mundane, I guess, you just talked about your mailbox.
Yeah, that was pretty mundane, yeah.
Mundane project, you're like, I did something. So, I guess...
I'm accomplished.
Yeah. So I guess for starters, I brushed, I give it old bristling to my Iron Rangers, which are my Red Wing boots.
Yeah.
Gave a brushing, which I've done a couple times.
Gave me no brushing.
Old brushing. With a horsehair, which is you're supposed to be good for leather. That's the deal. I got a nice brush made in England. I'm
What?
okay,
They're the only ones who know how to make brushes.
fancy guy over here.
Come on.
It just what was on Amazon. Okay, well I'll take that. And then
Made in England. You think they know brushes? Okay. Toothbrushes.
oh shit.
God damn, dude.
Oh,
I can't
got 'em.
believe you bought it from there. Should have got it from Texas. We got more leather in this state.
But it was
More
it was,
leather running around.
fine. I got the brush to get the dirt and dust off of it or whatever. And I did that, and then it's like I'm I had to I felt like I had to give it an oiling, conditioning for the leather.
Yeah.
Because I've had it now for over 3 years, coming up on 4, and I've never oiled the fucking leather or done shit to it, really. I only recently started brushing it, cleaning it, and then I felt like I had to from being in the subreddit, all these posts that I keep reading about, like, oh, you're a bad boot owner if you don't take care of your boots. You gotta, oil them. Give them like they're thirsty or all the leather is you're not caring for it. You can't have a boot like that and then not expect to buy it for life and not have it. If you don't take care of it, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay.
Shut the fuck up.
They look fine, I guess. Like, all right. So let's give it the mink oil. From Red Wings, that's what they sell.
Give it the old how's your father?
Yeah, so I give it and I watch some videos on like how to do it. I'm like, you just put the shit on and then wipe it off. I'm like, oh, this is pretty fucking foolproof. I can figure it out. And so I did that, and then I look, I'm like, no fucking difference. Not a goddamn difference of putting the oil on there and shit. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, and sometimes then I'm like, oh, sometimes it's like the leather is so dried out, you got to do it again. I'm like, all right, let's try it again. And I do it again. I'm like, no fucking difference. Not a goddamn difference of putting the mink oil on there. And then I'm like,
what do you wipe it off with? What kind of cloth? Like
just
a microfiber?
Cotton kind of deal.
Cotton. Really?
It's really. I watched some videos where some guy's like, who fucking cares? You can put it on with your hand and then wipe it off. It's like, I just wiped it off with a paper towel.
Yeah, but it leaves like fat fibers behind.
Yeah, that was the Roseanneville guy. He's like, oh, who cares? Really?
Huh.
It's like I've owned tons of boots and I own a leather company. I'm like, really, it's fine. It's like people bitch at you and he kind of went and like, people will bitch at you all the time about what you do with leather, but it's pretty resilient.
Yeah, no, I'm saying for a finish, just for finishing product. I'm trying to damage.
I didn't shine them or anything. That's not the idea of what I went through. If I did go to some type of like shining or polish or whatever, maybe I'd be like, oh, they were my black boots, so maybe I was expecting something different. I guess if you'd done like lighter leather boots, they'd be like, oh, these are so much darker. Whoa, changing the world here. But I'm like, they're black boots. They can't. I guess none more black. How much blacker can it be? None more black. And a little Spinal Tap over there for you.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay. Well, I guess I bought into the hype or whatever when people are just like guilting you into doing something just by me reading, Because there was somebody who was like, oh, I've had these boots for 5 years or 4 years or something like that, which I'm like, I'm coming from 4 years. And I never done anything to them. People are like, oh my God, they're so dry. You're destroying these boots just for
the epitome of.
You don't deserve these boots.
I hate you for no reason.
It's like, because you don't like wear them only to the office. You put them back in, the box or whatever. You brush them and clean them every night, like your teeth. Which I brush my teeth every day.
Yeah. I drop mine in a cup.
But it's like, people like are super like oh, I don't even wear them in, like, I walk from the parking lot to my office job. That's it. And then I baby the shit out of them. I'm like, okay. Well,
they're never going to develop any character,
which is cool. It's fine. And then it's like, do your own thing. But if somebody's like, oh, I wear these every day, and then I never do shit to them. Here's my boots, and be like, they get so pissed. And that's Reddit for you, right? I always bitch about different
Reddit's the worst. Everyone, it brings out the worst in people.
Yeah, because it's anonymity.
Oh,
And you're just like, anonymous. You can just like be a fucking shithead.
Well, people will just jump on the worst part of a statement or something just to be funny.
Yeah.
Or just to be sarcastic, and then everyone doesn't realize the guy's being sarcastic and will jump on him. You're right. That's the worst. And then another person, it's just, my God, there's like 20 people agreeing with this guy who was joking.
And
like, you're the worst human in the world.
Yeah. And the show was fine. And I know you're a fan of it, to some degree. But they make office level jokes. The Office level jokes. I'm like, that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not funny. That's not original. It's not good. And that, it's like that type of humor is like so dated. I'm like, whatever. It's fine. And everybody's like, just like, yeah. Oh. And just like, this guy's so good. I'm like, you guys suck.
What does that mean? Everyone's, yeah.
Everybody just like, a chorus line. Everybody just starts like, line dancing and shit. Oh. Starts doing the wave.
Oh yeah, now I'm on. I get you now.
That song is so funny. There's actually a version that has lyrics.
Oh really?
But then there's the version that everybody knows that has like, hey, hey.
That's the version I know of.
Yeah, everybody knows that from sporting events, which I hope to hear.
But you're saying there. I thought you were saying those were the lyrics.
No, there
are lyrics.
There's another version that has like verse and chorus and stuff like that.
Holy shit! No way.
Yeah,
we should just make them up.
Yeah, it's like Gary Glitter. Is that what it is? For that
what?
Song? Yeah, I have
Gary
it saved.
Glitter.
I have it saved on. Hold on. I know you're like,
dude, we should run that.
You say one thing and let me like latch onto it. Like let me.
I can't. You're like whispering and words have never heard together before.
Yep. It's Gary Glitter. Yep, he has the song's called Rock and Roll, and part 2 is the one that you hear on sporting events, but part 1 is the one that has actual lyrics.
Oh my God!
Because I had to find that and I added it to a Facebook post. And I'd be like, what's that song? And I typed in, like, I think I searched. I'm like, what's the song that is like, da da da, hey, da 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 da. And Google found it for me. Maybe that's not the original one, but that's the only one that I see on Spotify.
Oh, I see the part 1 and part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But anyways, maybe not listen to that on the podcast. So. Anyway, so I you're doing that right now. So I, just like, fell into, I guess I'm caring for my boots, which I guess that's good, for
it's all right.
Leather to last longer. But I was like, kind of like, oh my gosh, I should take care. It was like $8 to buy the oil, and I apply it. I'm like, oh no difference at all here at all. Fuck. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because they're new. They're still new. They're not scratched up. They're not, worn out.
Yeah, I mean they're scratched up a little bit, but it's like.
Yeah, but they're not. But you also got like the full grain, not like the top.
Yeah.
You didn't get the one that is they have another. Was it the
blacksmith?
Blacksmith ones have like a really thin layer
of
the whatever stain, the tan. And so whatever they call that. And so it'll rip through and you'll see more character. Yours are black all the way through because they soaked the shit out of it.
Yeah.
For way longer.
So
versus like painting it on.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got that going and I'm like, okay. Well, and I did, go into it. I'm like, well, I do want to care for these boots and I do want them to pretty much like be buy it for life kind of deal. So I'll take care of them. And then I'm like, I don't have boot trees in my boots. So I bought those.
Damn.
And, it's supposed to help with the inside of it and the moisture and stuff. And also, like, so it doesn't, like, fucking, like, Quicksilver roll up on you. Like the.
Quicksilver.
Yeah, like that.
What's that from? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
you know, like the fruit roll up kind of deal. I don't want my boots to like, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to be like the
toe,
Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
The toe to curl
That's
up.
yeah.
That's a better one. There you go. There you go. I'm thinking, yeah, the Wicked Witch of the West kind of like, roll up on you. Anyway, so, you know, I fell into that, and then I fell into another thing too of like, you know, I cleaned and restrung my basses. So I guess my P bass, my jazz bass. My jazz bass especially, but I'm like, I haven't put new strings on those in a while. I'm like, okay, let me set these up, and I was all prepared to do. You know, I kind of wiped them down, got some dust off of them, got some fucking probably dead skin cells off of them.
Hell
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, not gonna polish them up to where there's no spit shine, you know. But I'm like, you know, let's clean them, let's get them going, and then I was going to oil my,
Spit shine.
but you know,
Yeah.
get that going. Ba-ding. But both of my basses are rosewood necks, and I was like, oh shit, let me, you know, pretty much every string change I would maybe do like a little bit of an oiling, you know, get the
Grease up that thing.
the fretboard, get some moisture on there. And I forgot that last time I did my P bass, I ran out of my little lemon oil fretboard oil.
Yeah.
It's like was 2 ounces or whatever, and I like I bought that back 2007 maybe. That's how long it's taken me to use that, because you only need a little bit for your fretboard. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm out of that. So I bought some new ones. I haven't received it yet. I ordered it today, I guess, from Music Nomad. And
Nice.
apparently, like, that's like one that like they say that like my prior one was lemon oil, and this one was like lemon oil is bad for your guitar. I'm like, okay, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I've been using it for over closer to 13 years, something like that.
Co-posted one, and I probably should still look it up. But he posted one in the group, like, try this one. And
Yeah.
I haven't. So.
So yeah, I bought today. I bought the Music Nomad one, the F1 oil, which is supposed to be all natural formula. It doesn't have lemon oil, but it's like no plastics or shit like that. It's like tree oil and shit like that. I'm like, all right, I think that's good. Whatever. They say it's
a tree.
Yeah.
It came from a tree.
Exactly.
Put the tree oil on it.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of tree oil? I don't know. It's a tree.
Exactly. It doesn't have plastics, doesn't have lemon, and they're like, okay, the lemon oil is really bad. Is
no petroleum-based oils.
Yeah. And then the lemon oil
dinosaur juice
is bad for fretboards because it will hydrate it, but then just dry it out faster. It's like that's how they get you. That's how they get you buying more of that.
Yeah, Pledge. Isn't that what those are? They're like petroleum with a lemon scent.
Yeah. So, anyways, cool. I mean, I went today, setting up my new strings on my guitars without oil, and I think it's fine because I'm like, I don't know the last time I put oil on this bad boy. Maybe over a year ago. This is my jazz bass here for the listeners. And I pulled this out, and I haven't had this bass out or played it in maybe a year. Definitely not in like 9 months. And I set it up today. I kind of cleaned it, and I was like, oh, I got to reset the neck and everything like that. I didn't. It was ready to go. And
damn, let me grab my jazz bass.
And goddamn, I love this bass. This is your generic. We've talked about it. My jazz bass is the
basic bro bass.
The creative player bass.
Yeah, that's fucking.
It is
when someone thinks of a bass, that's the bass.
Or think of a jazz bass. Here's the starter. This or maybe a black, bass with a white pickguard.
Yeah,
and I could switch it up and do a little bit more of a stank and put maybe a black pickguard. No, it's fine. I'll keep the red tort on there. And I like the way it feels, like the way it plays. It has all the shit that I like that you have on your American P bass, because this is American jazz bass, 2008 maybe. Yours is a little earlier, 2004. Got the badass bridge. Got the string through. So that's always a good thing. And they got the Seymour Duncan quarter pounder jazz bass pickups.
Nice.
Got my Gun Street wiring harness. No, I lied. I don't have that. I actually had just the repair zone cut out the volume and tone, and so it's just one volume for both pickups.
Yeah. You still have the American circuit in there.
Yeah,
but it's
I
just
had 'em.
less of it.
Yeah, and then just because it was, common theme with all my guitars, bone nut, bingo. It's like, oh, what's the matter with this one? Nothing, but just want a bone nut in there. He's like, understood.
Aye, Captain.
He's like, not bad.
Did you say bone nut?
He's like, why? Because I don't know. All my other guitars have a
Sounds
bone
funny.
nut, and I think it's would be good. He's like, good idea. So I set it up, just honestly just put new strings and just a little bit of a cleaning to the body, and boy, that is a great bass. So this is going to get back into the rotation here. And I was playing it, just today, just sitting on the ground with my pedal board, the headphones, and I'm like just noodling around. And I love it. It's a this is just me saying, like, oh, I have basses. I have guitars and basses, and I love them. They're great. I don't need to buy more. But although a Stingray would be cool. I need another pack of strings.
I think you should get one.
Yeah, I just did the P, and which is also great. Just do strings on the P bass. Nothing wrong with that. And a little tweak to the neck to that one, but it was good to go. So I got 2 basses ready for action here, and then I need to get another pack of strings and up, touch the Berto bass here and get that going again. And I think just like giving your instruments a once through. That's what I'm like. Oh, okay, I should do that with my guitars. Restring all my guitars, set them up again, make sure they're all good to go. The Evertunes, keep them all pretty in tune. But I do have my Pink Les Paul Jr. that is tuned to like drop C.
Damn.
That I wanted to try something out, so I used some really thick strings. I'm like, I don't like this. I thought it was going to inspire me, and it didn't.
I did drop D for my Super Strat,
Mm-hmm.
just recently, just to see what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all right. It's cool. It's interesting to drop into a different tuning.
Yeah.
At first, and then, I tried recording with it, and I'm like, I just don't know enough about. Like, this sounds almost kind of what I'm. This sounds like everyone else who started, playing drop D.
Yeah. Just doing power chords. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, wow, I'm doing D a lot. Oh, now I'm doing the higher chord, on the higher strings,
Yeah.
That sounds cool. I'm sure everyone else has done this too. I'm like, yep, this song probably will sound just like everyone else who's starting to do drop D. So.
Yeah. In just in case, we use drop D. So they play standard E tuning. So in playing, we did half step down. They play standard. So I got my basses all pretty much set up to standard here. And they also do drop D. So like maybe half the set is drop. And even new songs that we're writing are half and half. So half standard, half drop D. And Adam plays in a different way. Like he plays a lot of, I don't want to say weird chords, but like jazz chords. Like even Steve and Adam from Hardly Human. It's like, yeah, Adam, from Just In Case, Bucciarelli. He's like, he plays like a lot of jazz chords. It's like, I think it's partially because like he has a degree in music. It's like, I want to.
I guess at that point you got it.
He's like, I have to. I know him, so I was like, it could be that it's even a second language. It's like, I already know how to do that. I'm gonna just play some different chords. Why play a fifth when I can do this?
Yeah.
Whereas to me, I'm like scrolling. I'm like, what is a C minor 9 suspended? Okay, let's try and play that. And my fingers are like, oh shit! I have to look up a chord to try. Whereas like he's like, okay. And it's like, for him, it's like, this chord is easier for me to jump into in drop D. you know?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the stuff that we're doing. But for me, I'm like, okay, I just tune down. I play lower D. Boom, 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 boom. All right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Floppy fucking spaghetti string.
And it sounds fine. It's set up to kind of do that. My basses. But like, as you're playing these weird chords, you know, and they're like, you know, weird chords. It's like, okay, you're tuning, and that what you do dictates that. But for me, I know my cowboy chords, basically, and that's what I run with. And a big one that I lean on that I love is my seventh chords. Oof, yeah, those will get you by. Those sound pretty good. So it could be like, I don't know, you're tuning, and I've never fucked with anything else. Like, maybe this was like, I don't know, this could maybe be our topic. I know we have like, you know, our one that we were gonna do, but you suggested this earlier today. I don't know, do you ever want to fuck with like different tunings? Most of your guitars now are standard, right?
Yeah, I think I have everything in the standard, even my, what was it? I think the only one I had, well, I have my bass, which I had lowered.
Mm-hmm.
I had half step down my
P bass
American.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also had the Meteora.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, this will be, you know, because that's what I was playing in San Diego. And then here I'm like, oh, it's a lot easier to play with a piano if you're just standard,
yeah.
you know. So I tuned everything back up. And then even recently, that Meteora I brought up like maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So when I changed the strings, I also changed the tuning.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any of my guitars at the moment in standard, which I should. I think I want to reset them all up like maybe this next week and just like, all right, get them all to standard. For writing purposes, I think will be helpful. And just like, you know, I guess like if we, like Adam is like, he's got a couple guitars that are going to go to the shop. But if you ever needed one, I'm like, okay, here, just play my blue SG.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, play it, but it's only at half step down. Can I drop D it? No. Can I play normally with it? No. Well, how can I do these tuners do anything?
You know,
No.
I just give it back.
No.
Yeah. You know what? I don't like these questions.
You know what? You don't deserve this.
Yeah, I thought you could handle this, but you know, as a gross judgment on my part. Sorry.
This guitar that's covered in anime stickers? No, you do not get to play it. I'm not play it. And you know, so I'm like, okay, I should just do that, like you said, for the sake of writing, because I have a little keyboard here, MIDI keyboard. There's some, you know, plugins, you know, virtual instruments in my DAW that I can use. But I think it would just like cross my brain. I'm like, my eyes, I'm like, they're rolling. I'm like, is there a cheat sheet back here? In the back of my head, I'm like trying to do a half step versus a regular tuning on a keyboard. I'm like, basically what I want to start with on like writing songs is I keep everything in C or A minor.
Yeah.
Just because it's all the white keys. I don't, anything you play on there, they'll be in key. You figure it out.
We'll get there. Yeah.
And then basically you write it all, and it's like, all right, we're gonna actually change this to this key, and you just transpose it because you already wrote it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Anyway, so all your guitars kind of mainly standard tuning, but you got a drop D.
Yeah.
Here.
So I dropped D the other day to do what?
The way you said I dropped D the other day.
Oh, okay.
I like
yeah,
it.
so I'm a funny guy.
You're like,
I meant to say that.
You're like,
no.
Boom. Yeah.
I meant, okay. So I did it for a synth song to see if I could get a different sound out of the guitar. Which I'm still not done with the song, but it's the one I'm trying to submit for like the Halloween sound, you know, Halloween record or the split we're doing.
Yeah.
And so I wanted something different, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, all I'm doing is chugging now. I'm like, I don't know if that's really gonna come across as like wow, this sounds really good. Why'd you start chugging in this song? But
It could be cool, especially with the shit. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of like you mixing different styles. It's just me like just projecting. Like I think he's got it. Kyle, my man Kyle's got it. If you take like punk and like more chuggy guitar riffs and add them to the synthwave like drums and shit that you're doing, I'm like, I think Kyle's onto a whole new. It's like going to fucking it's your cousin Marvin Barry. Listen to this. From Back to the Future, I just play. I'm like, Kyle's onto a brand new style.
Well, I don't know if I'm executing it correctly, so I can send you what I've done. But it I got to a point where I'm like, what the fuck am I doing now? I'm just like, it feels like you cover something and then you cover something and you're like,
oh, okay,
you're like, is this what I want? I don't know if this is what I want anymore. Just like delete everything. You're like, fuck. I haven't deleted it yet, but I'm like getting there.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. It's like adding too many tracks and too many layers.
Because with this, sorry, go ahead.
No, we did that with Plane. I think we got away with it, but I know the guy who mixed the albums, our buddy Jeff Forrest, he was kind of like, "There's a lot of tracks here." Just like,
we know, we did them.
I made sure to quad track the guitars. He's like, "You didn't have to." And we made sure to like quadruple the vocals. I'm like, you didn't have to.
Yeah, well, you tell that to Kyle.
Yeah, so there's like certain things like that, and then adding like little like maybe multiple guitar leads and shit like that. And then he's like, "Wow, there's a lot going on with this song." I'm like, "I know, but it's all texture, man." It's like, "I know, but I have to mix it."
We know. That's why we're paying you.
Yeah. Here's money. You figure it out.
You're mine. No.
Yeah. and he was a really nice guy, and we were growing up, and I'm like, we're like, the younger kids. He was like, oh, well, I like he's like, I like your band, so I'm like happy to help you guys out, but it's also like, Jesus Christ. So I think with our latest EP for Plane that we haven't finished yet, it's gonna be a 2024 release. Probably. Like when that comes out, it's like minimal tracks. Like we did exactly kind of what was necessary, and that was it. And I like that idea, but it's like, you can get bogged down and like lost and be like, if I had this and then this, it'll be bigger and better. And like, well, not necessarily. I think about, because I learned some of that with doing the just in case shit. It's like, okay, sometimes you just do what you need to. You don't need to add so much. And I even think about like either the next project that I work on, or even if we take that and use it for the next Plane shit. Like I want it to be just like minimal rock, Americana punk kind of shit. And it's like, okay, maybe a couple guitar tracks, a couple vocal tracks, and that's it. And then drums, bass, And so I'm kind of like the idea of like, all right, if you have less is more, and then but the tracks sound better, they stand out better. But you got to walk that fine line.
Yeah, you don't have to sound like you gave up on it.
Yeah. There is the and we talked about it last time. Maybe last time we heard like difference between like speakers versus headphones versus car. The Dave Haas album.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
It's one of my favorites. I forgot it. The one with the hawk.
Is it the one
on it?
Has the "Come on, kids, come on"? Is it that one?
The one after that. Either way, I'm sure I'll remember it, and I'll put it in the.
You keep talking, and I'll find it for you.
It's the one with the hawk on it. Anyways, so that album, like I said, it was really raw, and you can hear all the tracks, but some of them you could hear, and they were like not the best recorded track, because you could hear just buzz of instruments. Which on one hand, it's like that's cool because it's like
Devour.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, I want to listen.
Now you can sleep tonight.
Yep, I'm actually going to listen to that tonight. I'm in the mood. But it's like the guitar is so raw. The acoustic guitar is like, it sounds like it's right there in your fucking face. The acoustic bass, actually, there's parts on the album with that. I'm like, it sounds so great, but there's certain parts where it's like, all right, you could have done with another dub of a guitar amp, you know? It's like, did you have to use a single coil? All right, Buzzy has a single coil. Could a humbucker, you know, could have been nice. All right, okay. You know, we're
That's
like,
how we're
okay,
doing it. All right, I guess.
where it's minimal, but it's like, all right, well, everybody has their own choices, right? You know, I'm not trying to sniff my own farts here, but it's like, you know, I have my own ideas of things that I would like as a producer or even just songwriter, I would like to do. And, you know, it's kind of, I want to walk that fine line of like too many tracks and too many, you know, tunings and weird shit. Like I just watched a video, which, you know, Rhett Shull did, talking about the bass 6. You know, you seen this? You heard about that? Where it's like that.
That's got 6 strings on a guitar, but they're really low.
Where it's like a 6-string.
And they only make one design from Fender. It's crazy.
They have a new one, which is their like a Ventera series, American made vintage style, and I think it has like, you know, all the nitro, you know, finish and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. I'm like, oh, that's, if I was gonna get bass 6, I'm like, I want to get the Rolls Royce.
Who plays that live though? That's not something you play. Oh, I'm not the bassist. Sorry, I'm the bass 6.
Well, I've seen a band play it, and he was like bassist for like a punk band. Played it because he was like, I thought this was cool. I bought like a Squier version of like the bass 6 and played it. I'm like, it was fine because it was a punk band, but it was also, I was like, you made this so much harder for yourself.
Yeah,
to play a bass 6, and he's only doing the you know, he's doing the Blink style Mark Hoppus signature style bass playing. It's like, you could have just got a regular bass. $100, by the way. You know, I'm just saying. Anyway, so like I watched the Rhett Shull video, him kind of trying to like, I'm sure he got paid for it, but like, can you try and sell these, please? Do a video to try and sell these. He's like, okay. All right, gotta pay mortgage. All right, let's do a video for this. And I was almost convinced. I'm like, I should get one. Because it's Rhett Shull. I'm like, all right, Rhett Shull could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. You know, type of thing. Where he almost got me. But also, I'm like, I would never use it. I would never fucking use a bass 6. Because I'm like, yeah, I have a bass.
That's a wall hanger to me.
Yeah, because I have, you know, I have 3 basses that I love. Which I'm like, you know, I still want to get it, you know, a PV, and I still want to get a Stingray. You know, I want more basses because I'm like, I think bass is important to be a good sounding instrument. But like a bass 6, I'm like, okay, this is like a shitty sounding bass and a shitty sounding guitar.
Yeah, put together.
Here you go. Can you give us
Nobody asked for this.
Can you give us over $1,000, please? But he
was kind of, yeah.
He was kind of doing it as like, oh, you can use this as layers for your song, and he was adding these different parts. I'm like, that really didn't make the song any better. These like, you know, like chords. Don't do cowboy chords, but you do like chords maybe 3 to 2 strings at a time on the thing because it's lower. I'm like, you could not have done that. Oh,
you could do that on a guitar still.
Get a bass 6 for overdub. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You have a piano player that could do that, or you could just not have that actually at all. So it kind of wasn't for me. I'm like, oh, adding more layers and tracks and stuff like that just to justify it. You don't have to do that. So there's different tunings. So bass 6 was an octave down, so it's easier to do. But I'm like, oh, I don't know, if you have even like a 12-string, I could see that not being beneficial, really.
Yeah, no.
Or even a
12-string is another one. Just add chorus to a freaking acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, boom.
Or now this is like
tuning 6 strings is already a bitch.
My whole like tirade on bass 6. Yeah, I realized I'm like, oh, I sound like an idiot. You know, talking about like bad tunings other than standard bad and me good. But still, I'm like, I still don't see the benefit in a baritone.
Yeah.
Unless that was your tuning style. You know, then play it in fucking B standard. Play the B sharps. You know, I mean, it's just was like, I'm like, it's tunings. Like, am I just stupid? Well, yes,
Maybe.
but
Don't answer that.
yes, but not for this reason. For every other life choice
Many
you
other
have.
reasons.
Every other life choice you have. Yes. I'm just like I'm trying to think of like any other time, and it could be like, this could be the wall hanger dilemma where I'm like, oh, wall hangers are so stupid because you just try to show off your instrument. Exactly what I'm doing, because I'm like, oh, what do I got here? My Equids and my fucking Berto bass and my Taylor, and right behind Kyle, he's
And
got
a bunch of empty cases in my my closet there.
yeah. We talk shit about guitar wall hangers, and then now we are living it.
Here we are.
Yeah. Whereas it could be like, as of right now, I can't, just like justify like multiple guitar tunings, and you grab this instrument for this tune. I'm like, no, I'm having a trouble, having the trouble dilemma here of writing music. I don't need to be like, let's get more instruments and different tunings.
Let's make it more complicated for even me to understand.
Yeah. To me, I'm like, I may not be as inspired. And so Kyle and I are talking about like, oh, let's start writing plain songs again, back and forth. Whereas like Kyle's got a bunch of ideas. I'm like, I'm not writing anything, but I'm like, I will happily critique your songs and put my own stank on it. And like, that's what I can do at the moment. And Kyle's like, all right, cool. I'll send them to you. So that's where I am now. Do I need to add like, I need to have 3 different tunings for my instruments so I can have, like, no, I don't. I just need to like, have some inspiration. So that's where I am. And I know there's a lot of like maybe more seasoned guitarists, more people who are, I don't know, that inspires them more. To me, I'm like, okay, I just need to have a song inspire me, less than gear at the moment. That sucks for a gear podcast. Oh, we're not a gear podcast. We're a musician podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. How did we get to an episode with nothing?
I don't know. Yeah, we did it again, though.
Baby, we did it again. We talked about...
Baby! We did it again.
You wake your wife up. You shake her awake. We did it again. We talked about mailboxes. We talked about
way too long haircuts.
Boots, haircuts, and then fucking tunings on guitars. Oh, man. I don't know how he did it, but we done did it. So, let's bring it for a landing. What do you say? Unless you got anything else for tunings. No,
I'm not very, I've only done it a couple times where,
I like how we, again, something we both never do. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Let's see if we'll still not be into it. All right. Sick.
And then listeners would be like, what the fuck, you idiot?
No, I have been trying it out. So, tried drop D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying it out.
Yeah. But, yeah. Let's bring it in for landing here. We just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. We have a social media going on here. At the Tone Jerks on Instagram. We're burning up the avenue over there. These hot posts on these PV basses. Oh my god, that's insane over there.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. You said we were fucking.
We got some turning some heads over there. Yeah. And then we're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group linked in the description. Check it out down below wherever you are listening or watching this. And then we're on YouTube. We got videos posted of the podcast. Eventually, probably some other ones someday. And then if you really like the show, you can help support it on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And it's a bonus episode. So it's not just like the main one early. It is a separate hour-long episode. And you get the whole back catalog of that. There are more Patreon bonus episodes behind the paywall
then we can count. We can't count that high.
There's more than the main. So if we ever miss a week on the main, sometimes with scheduling, it actually might be this next week here coming up. I may be unable to record, but we will find a way to get the Patreon recorded. So we always stick to that one because we feel like you guys pay for that one, so I try and get that going for you. So, a little incentive to join the page. For $2 a month, you get the bonus episodes. And just for $1 and up, you get a shout out on the pod. Kyle, You got a list over there?
You got it right here.
Why don't you give it to...
I got Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove. Yeah, what am I doing? Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button Podcast. We got Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Chris from 37 Effects, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprise Me Podcast. We got Joe. I hit that one pretty good.
Yeah.
So that Fresca.
Stuck the
Keep
landing.
my tongue
I like it.
crisp.
Yeah.
Doug. Wait, no, I hit Doug already. Joe from the Like My Network, Masters of the Cinematic Universe. I fucked this one up, and also the Just Surprise Me Podcast.
Like
we got Will Lehue.
You say, I got that tongue. You're like, grrr. I got Doug already. With that fucking...
I'm done. Spent.
With that
Spent
tongue.
it up.
Hell yeah.
We got Will Lehue from the Just Surprise Me Podcast, also Energy Weapon, and sharing maps. We got Tony DeGraw from Texas State Boggle Champs, RJ Smith from Tally Talks, Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars, Co Schneider from the band Night Tides, Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter. Are you listening to Dun 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 Dun?
No, I'm gonna start playing your song in the back.
Oh. Dun-dun, dun-dun.
The new hotness you made, though.
Yeah.
I like that. That was a good jam.
Brian Nutter, Nutter Guitars. Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. You're not even listening to music. You're just moving.
No, I'm just like, only I may dance.
Yeah. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds. Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects and How to Fucking Solder on YouTube. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig, Hugh G-Rection, and Denny Whack.
That's perfect. I'm doing the suck it.
Yeah. Yeah. Zach Hale, Eric Merrill from YouTube and Instagram, actually. Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop Podcast. Matthew Fenslaw, Matthew Davis, Chase Stevens, and Pete from Over There. And that's the list.
All right. We are out of here. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Maybe the next night.
Oh.
I'll be traveling for work, so it may be delayed. So surprise! We'll see you next time. We'll see you when we see you. But we'll see you on the pod.